discuss Nosferatu.
Oh, definitely.
Woo! Yeah.
And Godzilla.
Yeah, that's me.
Yay!
Remain seated. Okay. So, quick preview in case you haven't seen the 10,000 videos I posted on Facebook about what's going on tonight. What we're going to do is stop and start. Here's the concept. You know, you watch the live commentary, you know, on whenever you're doing the commentary on your DVDs, and sometimes they talk a lot, you're trying to watch the movie. Well, this idea is when we start the commentary, for most of them anyway, so we can actually hear the commentary, and you can interact with our special guests, which we'll be introducing in just a second, and then we'll start again and keep going. And there'll be times we'll let the thing run, and also we'll be doing some trivia, where you could win your very own dollar DVD on the table over here.
We're going to be all like
I'm not ready.
washed out when the flash goes, so just be ready.
Guys, hey, buddy.
If you get the correct answer, and I'll tell you the rules about it later on, you get a chance to win a DVD. With films like The Black Six, starring Mean Joe Green. What more do you need? So, before we do that, I want to bring up our guest expert. The man is a filmmaker here in Huntington and the world. Please welcome the expert for Night of the Living Dead, Glenn Andreev. Right there. So what are they expecting to see? What do you think is going to happen tonight? All the stuff you're going to be telling them about.
Well, like first you're going to see, if you haven't seen it already, a really terrific, you know, pretty much homemade movie. You know, one of the first times that you know, a horror film was really being made outside of like a studio system. It was done before, like let's say in the 60s, but you really, you know, not as good as this.
Yeah. And from what I understand, they didn't have the copyright for this, right?
Yeah, somewhere along the line, they Romero and company had lost the copyright to the film, so they were not making money off of Night of the Living Dead. You would think, you know, their grandchildren would be millionaires, you know, off this, but that unfortunately didn't happen.
Right.
And they continue to have to make commercials in the Pittsburgh area for the next several years after Night of the Living Dead came out.
I can only imagine those commercials like, you know, zombies say, buy this.
The living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures.
But they were running into like some financial trouble.
What does that feel like?
Was that? So they all decided, well, what if we made like a drive-in horror film on the side while we're making the commercials? That will bring in more money, so we can continue making commercials. So this was, for George Romero, this was like a one-shot, you know, deal.
So all of that led to this.
Yes.
All right.
Girl here tonight.
Here we are.
So what do you say we start this puppy, and then we'll let it run for a bit, and then every so often when the mood strikes, we'll stop it and tell you some good stuff.